Welcome to Forum Watch for Seth. Let's grab 69, review whichever topics to please to make it look like a breeze. Turning ordinary posters into audio roller coasters. Listen to Forum Watch or break your knees. What, do you think this is a joke? Got a baseball bat with your name on it right here. Listen to the fucking podcast, bitch.
Welcome to the Forum Watch. I'm Scrap69 and joining me today is my co-host, Saf, also known as Salivating Anecdotal Faces.
Haha, that is indeed what I am.
Faces or feces? Because you don't want to mix them up, mate. That's when mistakes are made.
They're faces. You see, you fucking misspelled it.
Hey, I haven't introduced you yet.
Let me just wipe my face. Oh, fuck.
Anyways, that cunt that just spoke before he got introduced is our special guest for this week, Jim! How's it going, Jim?
It's alright, mate. I have at least two reservations about being on here. The first is that I have essentially no fucking idea what happens on this forum outside of the off-topic part of the forum. And the other reservation I have, which is even bigger, is I've had essentially zero interest in Donkey Kong at all for the better part of 5 years. So we'll see how this goes. It just seems rather irrelevant that I'm here, to be honest.
Well, you know, the great thing about the Forum Watch is that we leave the actual Donkey Kong part up to the conversation, up to the Pod DK cast.
Yeah, I would say that I'm a bigger fan of Donkey Kong forums than I am of Donkey Kong games. That's genuinely how I perceive things.
No, fair enough.
And you know how I want to perceive you, Jim?
As a sexual object, not worthy of any dignity and independence.
I was going to say I wanted to perceive you between my pants with my one eye, if you know what I mean.
Between your pants?
Yes.
So would that be between your pants and yourself, or between the individual trouser legs?
Fuck!
Because I don't understand.
I fucked up that joke.
I think he dresses in layers.
So between your pants and your boxer shorts?
I wear plated pants like a Japanese schoolgirl.
I don't see how that's good for either of us, but fair enough.
Anyways, so how did you get here, Jim? I don't know how you got into the studio.
I'm in my bedroom talking to you on the fucking computer.
Oh, that goes...
How did I get here? What method of public transportation did you use, Jim?
Anyway, so let's interview Jim, because you know in the last last episode with Milo, well, 2 episodes ago, people like Rourke and Chaos Heart and Sarcasm, they indicated that they weren't satisfied with the speed that we were going through some topics, and they wanted to hear a longer interview with Milo. So we're going to rectify that mistake, not invite Milo back and interview Jim instead. So, Jim.
Yo.
You joined in May 2004. What brought you here?
Did I?
That you did.
What brought me here? Well, basically, this is a Donkey Kong fan forum, and I came because I'm a Donkey Kong fan. I'm sure that's quite a shock to you.
Well, you know, I came here because I was more of a Banjo fan than a Donkey Kong fan.
Well, I'm massive on the first Banjo game, but the franchise as a whole, I'm quite middling towards, really.
Yeah.
But, you know, the first game is bloody good.
Oh, yeah.
I think I came here because of Donkey Kong Country 2, specifically.
Oh.
Yeah, for me, I use that game as kind of a magical talisman. That'd be magic with a K in the Aleister Crowley sense of the word. Because when I play Donkey Kong Country 2, I feel like a child. And so I play that game to change my consciousness, so I view reality as if I were a noob. So like 7 hours after playing that game, I will see new connections in the world that I wouldn't have otherwise seen before, you know? I mean, I'm not saying that specific mass-produced Super Nintendo cartridge has any innate divine ability, but as a work of art, I think it's pretty good.
How about your Conker Live and Reloaded matches?
Oh, yeah, you got any memories from back then? Because I was never really involved with that, yet everybody...
Have you guys ever played the multiplayer on Conker Live and Reloaded?
No.
Well, this conversation can only go so far, but basically, you could park a jet above the enemy's spawn point and just keep dropping bombs and then they couldn't spawn.
Jesus Christ, are you serious?
And I'm not exaggerating. That's how broken. Anyone listen to this right now will be like, this man's fucking right. Yeah, you could just do that, which made it an incredibly broken game.
So it was just pretty much unplayable.
Well, no, because if you knew, like, the various tricks to essentially win, it was very enjoyable. Basically, we were all really shit at games, us DK Vine people. So we would play Live and Reloaded every night, because we could just go outside the map by glitching and just, like, snipe everyone.
Hell yeah.
So we were essentially the best in the world at a game that no one else in the world gave a fuck about.
That was always the impression I had. Oh my god.
See, the thing is, the Conquer N64 multiplayer was fucking fun. I don't think that was broken at all, except for one map where the teddies did have the upper hand on the squirrels, if you played on hardcore mode.
And the thing is, before the game came out, everybody, like, you know, Heil and everybody was talking about how it was going to be a Halo killer. And I was just sitting there like, no fucking way, guys. Come on, get real.
So, do you prefer Halo 2, Jim?
Yeah. I mean, I'm not a massive Halo fan, but I mean, Halo was unbalanced. You know, in Halo, if the other guy has a submachine gun and you've got the, I don't know what it's called, the energy sword thing.
The beam sword.
You've won. That's rock, paper, scissors. But Live and Reloaded is an absolutely broken disgrace of a multiplayer mode. And Rare should be rightfully ashamed. And despite all my protesting, that's probably my most played online multiplayer game of all time.
Well, that just goes to show, you know, this fucking weird community we have and how we get latched onto things.
Well, it was, you know, I like the company, and if the company are good enough, you'll play any old shit, and I can't think of any finer proof than Conquer Live and Reloaded, because Jesus.
And speaking of the company that you shared, did you have a click with Sage, Kenobius, and N by any chance?
We all got, to be honest, mate, I think we all hated each other, but we didn't like the other people. So it was like, my enemy's enemy is my friend. It's like, you know when Darth Vader and Luke team up to get rid of the Emperor? It was like that, but with like loads of like weird, awkward nerds instead of handsome people like Mark Hamill and Ian McDiarmid.
Do you still keep in touch with Kenobius? I don't think he's been on the forums in quite a while.
We're Facebook friends that occasionally comment out of obligation to the past, but we don't really talk very often, no.
Fair enough. So that Kenobius, if you're listening to this...
Why would he be listening to this? He doesn't know it.
Yeah, Kenobius is like, oh shit, Jim's on.
I'll deliberately look for Kenobius on your Facebook and be like, guess what Jim had to say about you? Oh my god. OMG.
Bring it.
So speaking of bringing it, Aussie Ben sort
How
of
is this
brung it to you.
segue gonna work?
Just roll with it. Maybe the audience won't notice.
So Aussie Ben sort of brung it to you when he banned you during his Aussie...
He brung it to me.
Yeah.
That's not a word.
So did Aussie Ben... What's this Aussie Ben universe shenanigans?
Well, basically, when Viva Pinata came out, there was a huge controversy over whether it was DKU or not. And Aussie Ben, who had been a staff member years ago and was only now returning to the forum, fucking basically took over the site, changed the name to Aussie Ben Universe as a joke, but he was basically going through and banning people and tearing out all the shitty neon avatars, and basically he blew in and out in a couple weeks and everything got reversed. But one of those decisions was the banning of Jim, completely for disagreeing about this fucking video game.
Wow, Aussie Ben sounds like a major dick.
More like Aussie Ban.
Well, yeah.
Am I right? Oh yeah.
Ah, yeah.
I don't really know Aussie Ben, because when I joined the forums in like 2004, the older crew had all gone. So it was just the new staff. So it felt like no one was really behind the wheel. It felt like we were a family with the father figure asleep at the wheel as we headed into oncoming traffic. And we were like, Daddy, wake up. And like, as we closed in on the traffic, like brothers would look into each other's eyes and think, is it worth having a go? And, you know, grope at each other at this point, because death could be at any... There was no sense of future in the community, really. Ozzy Ben left. And it felt like Chad and Heil. I'll say Chad and Heil, I'll say Chad and Slush. We never really got that familiar for me to use his first name. Yeah, it never felt like they'd come back. So when I joined the forum, it definitely felt like there was no future for the community.
Right. Fucking hell. So, bit of a tumultuous time, eh? It was like as if you were having sex with someone, but that person just suddenly disappeared.
Yeah, I was unsure whether to enjoy it or not. It's like when a doctor checks out a cancerous breast.
And yet here we are, 10 years later, and you've stuck around pretty much the entire time.
So does that mean that that there's a lump or not?
Your post history has 200 pages of posts.
Yeah, I'm still one of like the top 10 fucking posters on that site, and that's depressing because I've barely posted for the past.
You're an immortal monkey.
It's true.
Hold on, does anyone have their phone nearby? Because I can just hear noises.
Yeah, that was mine. Sorry. I'm sorry for having friends.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry for having a life.
Fucking throw that shit away. No.
I've turned it off.
Here on the forum watch.
No, but yeah, people ask me like why I don't really care about the new games. Because Donkey Kong Country Returns, I think that was a good game, right?
Yeah.
Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze, I played half an hour of it round Joe's, the forum member.
Yep.
And I thought that it seemed pretty good, but like people ask why I don't like the new ones, and I'm saying like to me, Donkey Kong Country 2 feels new. Like it's aged perfectly. It's such a masterpiece that I don't feel hungry for more.
Yeah, that's a fair enough analogy.
Oh, I totally feel you. I mean,
It's like you'd hardly go up to Da Vinci and be like, you know, you'd point to the Mona Lisa and be like, you know that picture of that bird you drew? Would you mind doing another one, but slightly different? Because I want a few more. It's like, no, you know, some pieces of art stand alone, and that's fine. Not every franchise has to go on forever.
Wow, that's really insightful.
and you think Donkey Kong should have just called it quits after the Super Nintendo?
Well, I'm more of a Rare fan than a Donkey Kong fan. You know, I think he's a good character. But I was, you know, well, back when Rare were Rare, they could have made a game with any character. It would have been a fucking masterpiece.
Yeah, that's right.
I mean, I like DK Arcade. I like the post-Rare DK games. I enjoy all of them really, but they're never gonna turn me on the way the old ones do.
You enjoyed Jungle Beat? You enjoyed Barrel Blast?
Well, I mean, I paid like £3 for it, and it was worth every penny.
Ah, yeah. Hard to be disappointed then.
So tell me something. Have you joined any Da Vinci forums of late? I mean, because, you know, as you said, DKC2 is a masterpiece and Da Vinci only needed to...
Well, Da Vinci was a fucking terrible video game design. Like, the frame rate in those games, it's like 1 frame per century.
Oh, goodness. So speaking of this century, I hear you,
Your segues are getting more and more desperate.
I hear you and Matt and Joe, hang out a lot, don't you?
No, yeah, I saw a picture on Facebook of the three of you.
Yeah, I went to meet Matt and Joe. I thought that we'd have a lot of common interests when it came to video games, culture, British comedy, the arts. But instead, they just raped me.
They took you to an alleyway and bent you over, got out the spiky dildo and just fucking had at you. Would that be right?
I was essentially correct, yeah, but they didn't take me to an alley. It was just in the middle of the motorway. And when everyone drove past, they just honk their horn and wave.
Yeah.
Give him one for me, mate.
Yeah.
It was unnecessary.
You've got quite an interesting neon avatar, don't you?
Yeah, it's Smokey, the boss from Diddy Kong Racing, which is still the best racing game I've ever played, out of the 4 that I've played. He was my second favourite boss, but the avatar for Bubbler was my favourite. I didn't think the avatar looked that good, so I thought I'll get Smokey instead.
Really? Oi, Clutch, Bobbler, can you fix him?
No, because Bubbler I found ridiculously difficult on first playthrough, the second race with him. I think that was the toughest part of the game.
Oh, that was fucking ridiculous. That was harder than any of the WizPigs.
Well, Smokey, I liked him because he was the only boss that I beat first time. I'm not saying he was the easiest, I think I just got on better at the game. because it was near the end.
No, I actually beat him the first time, too.
Well, maybe he's a pussy.
I think he might be the easiest, yeah. He is kind of a pussy.
Pussy.
Did he join in with Matt and Joe in when they raped you? Was there like a giant dragon being like, "Yeah, you fucking cunt, shouldn't have beaten me in the first game"?
Basically, he went to fuck me, and then he got really limp and went, "Tough luck, kid. Come back whenever you're ready."
I know you're ready for rape.
So aside from the rape, did you and Matt and Joe have any good stories that you want to share with us?
Absolutely none. They're really Christian, puritanical guys. Like, they took me to church, we prayed. It was very strange.
Well, they made you pray on your knees, I hope. You had to fillet the priest.
Yeah, and then made me sniff some stuff, and I woke up 2 hours later with white stains on my eyes, and it was just, I don't know, because Joe's from this little fishing village called Scotland, and they're very Christian there.
I think I've heard of that before. In some book or another.
No, what I've heard from where Joe lives is there's a high density of AIDS. That's what in the UK.
In the UK in general, yeah, there's a high concentration of AIDS. We invented AIDS.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you see all these third world countries trying to take the credit, but no, AIDS is a British institution. I paid for it with my hard-working tax pounds.
My tax pounds. Oh, that's just so perfect.
So it's an interesting name, pounds. Like I imagine whenever Joe pays a pound, hookers are like, because you want to do a trick, Joe, with a pound? You want to pound me? Sorry, that's terrible.
I bet British hookers never get tired of hearing that one.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm growing tired of your racist opinions, Scraps.
Yeah.
You're racist against our British currency, which we built upon our empire of slavery.
Bloody Britain? Bloody hell. Slavery is a good thing, isn't it? What do you reckon? So what? Manchester United.
You still sound Australian. There's no point even.
Fucking hell, I can't get rid of this Aussie accent. Actually, I don't really have an Aussie accent. It's more...
You do have a fucking Aussie accent. I didn't think, is this guy from France? Or what?
Well, actually, I am from the France. You know what I mean? I like to attack the women and make sure that I use some sleeping pills, and then I really, use their legs and, just pound them like this, like this.
You sound like an Australian with throat cancer.
Fucking hell. Whatever.
We don't get very good cancer treatment in the outback.
Yeah, bloody hell, eh?
If only a stingray could sting my tumour right in the centre and get rid of it.
Well, Stephen Irwin, he got penetrated by a stingray as well, so I'm sure he enjoyed that.
Which is fine, as long as it was of the opposite gender to him.
Yeah. The stingray's like, where's the fucking hole? Where's the fucking hole? Fuck it up. I'll just rip him a new one.
I'll make a hole of myself.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure that Steve Irwin went to hell for that.
Good. Yeah, he's with good company.
Yeah.
Yeah, God's like, that's definitely a homosexuality. Society's not ready for this. You were 50 years too soon, Steve Irwin.
He was a sexual revolutionary.
Yeah.
He was on the cutting edge.
The stingray literally took his heart away. So do you have a favorite post member or event?
Post member? Is this some kind of fucking castration incident? Who's lost their member recently?
Well, I think Kyle. Yeah, definitely Kyle. He's lost his member, so.
It's true. He's toothless now. Right, favourite post? How could I even... Fuck, there's been a lot of posts over the years. I don't know. I quite like that one today where Master DS upset everyone. I think that was really nice.
What about your favourite member?
My favourite member of all time, without a shadow of a doubt, would have to be Arik Boss, also known as Highway.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming you listened to the video of him flushing his iPod down the toilet.
Oh, that was brilliant, yeah. It was great. He sounded very suspiciously Australian. Although, to be honest, I think all Australians sound suspicious. But that's because of my British heritage. We still view you as like a prison colony.
Yeah, we're bloody convicts, mate.
That's it. Know your place.
So, are there any events that are most memorable for you, Jim?
I would say that the Bitch Wars, they were great.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because I was in the right. Like, I read through them the other day. And
Yep, still right.
it was... tell me if I'm wrong. I think it was Sean, Chiphead, and Bendelin were going on about how great Sonic the Hedgehog 2006 was going to be. Now, tell me if I'm wrong. Is that not now considered to be one of the worst video games?
No, history has fucking vindicated you, dude.
I'm on the right side of history. I'm like Hitler. No, wait, I mean Churchill. Yeah, it's like, it's great.
Fantastic. So, are there any events that you regret doing or anything you regret in the DK Vine forum, aside from joining it?
Well, yeah, joining would be the main one, because this is 10 years I'm not going to get back. I wasted this.
10 years of DK Vine status.
I could have written so many sonnets and poems. I could have done a PhD. I could have gone to medical school, but no, I've wasted probably hundreds of hours on this fucking Donkey Kong forum, a video game series that I'm not in the least passionate about.
And you know what? At the whim or at the click of their fingers, Chad and Hyle could take that away at any moment.
I'm always at the whim of Hyle's fingers. Always.
Is he currently fingering you right now,
Yeah,
Jim?
he's here. He's come all the way down from, I don't know where he's from, Wisconsin. That's a place in America. Right, that's where he's from. He's got his finger up my ass and a fucking fish and chips in his mouth.
No, yeah, that's a place.
So, anyways, the DK Vine soap opera thread, well, it's actually titled, Do You Miss When DK Vine Was More of a Soap Opera? And that's in the subforum Completely Relevant Discussion, created by Rourke on 15th of April 2014. So what does Rourke have to say in this topic, Saf or Jim?
Go on, Saf.
Jim, would you like to do a dramatic reading of Rock?
No, I've fucking nominated you.
Yeah, Jim, why don't you quote Rourke? I've highlighted his text so you can...
Alright, did you? Sorry, mate. I haven't actually scrolled down at all.
There we go. He got the highlight.
That's what the highlighting's for, you twat.
It's great. The great thing is that my monitor's actually frozen.
Oh, really?
No, it's scrolled down. Right. So that Rourke guy said that, starting with the Returns era, many members have expressed much more carefree and laid back the current atmosphere and places. But even with all that we gained, do you guys ever think back to the years gone by and long for some of that delicious buyout era drama? The DKU bitch wars, the gasket-blowing brawl rants, the theatrical departures of members accompanied by long speeches. It's all something we don't see quite so much of nowadays. And as someone who thinks a little drama here and there is totally a healthy thing, I gotta say I miss it. Discuss.
And discuss we did.
So, the thing is that this happened, all these bitch wars and all those shenanigans sort of happened before I was around, eh?
So are you saying that you solved it? Is that essentially what you're saying? You're saying that the world was a place full of sin before I was born?
Is that what they're talking about when they talk about the post-Scraps era?
Thing is when a lot of members, they lurk in the forum before they join, and I've heard that countless times. Milo did it, some other lads did it, I keep forgetting who, but they say they joined, but what I did is I was part of the DKC Atlas, and all I was trying to do, right, was advertise my fucking Donkey Kong Country Reloaded ROM hack and I just willy-nilly joined in on the from the DKC Atlas, and I got rejected because I think I said I was from the DKC Atlas, and there was still some fucking issues with it. So about a month later, I'm like, "Oi, I tried to join about a month ago, but you lads bumped me. Fucking let me in." And then I realized how much of a fucking
You lads bummed me. What?
Yeah. Yeah, that's what they do when they reject your process. If they press reject, Chad and Hall will physically visit you and rub their asses against your face like, "Oh, yeah. Yeah." They literally bum you. So, yeah, so after that, then I realized how much of a bit of a shitstorm this forum was, you know?
The literal bums rush.
But it's worth it in the end.
Nah, the end, yeah, I get you. Nice, well punned.
Yeah. The rear end.
The ass end.
Obviously, you already got that before I said it, but anyways. Yes. So, what was the general response to those days being over? Saf?
I'd say the majority were sure glad those days are over now.
But even so, it wasn't like a major majority, though, because we had about 7...
Are you saying...
I counted. I counted the members.
I believe you.
And it's on this document right here. No, because there were...
We'll be posting a graph.
7 members. Yeah, yeah, it's a fact, lads. I put this in a graph, alright? Now, Cooper pointed out that people still bitch at each other, but it's not as bad as it was before. Well, actually, if you're reading the current lesbian, gay, transsexual thread, then maybe...
Yeah, that might have been disproven since we went and wrote this.
Yeah. Yeah, we're all like, yeah, we're all a community here. We don't get into those things. Let's talk about transsexuality, lads. Anyway.
And it goes all out the window. Oh, man.
So there were 7 members that were pro-bitching and 10 members that were anti-bitching. Do you want me to go into which members they were?
Yeah, meticulously list them all.
Yeah, meticulous listing.
Alright, so the pro-bitches, XD375, Alf, who compared it to a hardcore porno, saying that the acting was spotty, but the quadruple penetration all-male orgies made it worth it. Sun Wukong quoted Zingy about shedding a tear in his eyes whenever he sees it. CM30 sort of indicates that he likes seeing the foreign personalities from these battles. Master DS makes a wrestling comparison. And Chaos Heart says that it made the place seem a bit more like a community. And obviously Rourke was in support of it because he made the fucking topic.
Oh, yeah.
But the forum members that were against it were Sean, who indicated that he was the star of the soap operas, as well...
Hang on, what? He was the star? Now hold on a second. If it was a soap, I was the fucking JR of the piece. It's a Dallas reference, Scraps, you uncultured fuck.
Yeah, Scraps, get some culture, man.
See, I was thinking if it was a soap, you would have to bend over and it would go straight in you, if you know what I mean.
Pass the soap, big boy.
And also, you indicated that you're against bitching as well, but you did a bit of bitching, but you don't have much nostalgia for it.
It was a very tedious time because everyone was always fighting over nothing. It was just over fucking shit.
It was just draining to post. It was fucking ridiculous.
It was just such an unenjoyable time. I mean, I'm nostalgic for it because I was young then, but it wasn't a good time.
You only came here to fucking battle people. Do you ever feel like it made you angrier in your day-to-day life that you participated in this so much?
Well, like, during that time, I was unemployed and had no education, so that was my life. So it didn't make me angrier during my life. It just made me angry. There's like a 2-month period where all I did was just sit wanking in my own filth and play and posting on Donkey Kong forums.
Oh yeah, I've been there in my life.
So M-Dog says he wants to feel good in the...
M-Dog says he wants to feel good. That's like the beginning of a 90s rap song. M-Dog says he wants to feel good.
Yeah, because he's in the hood. Yo, daddy, he likes to go to the sea and take a pee. Motherfucker, it takes some ecstasy. Huh? He don't want no controversy. Yeah, motherfucker, where you at? Yeah, he's got the gat. He's gonna shoot you in the head if you're gonna go bitch. Sat. Yeah.
Word.
1995.
Yeah. And, that was a pretty cringeworthy rap, which is exactly what Highway said when he indicated that he's against bitching as well.
It's always cringeworthy when you go back and you read your own posts, but when you go back and read other people's posts, it's just fucking hilarious.
That is very true. I strongly recommend everyone read through Highway's old posts, because they are brilliant.
Yeah. I'm sure you won't find them as cringeworthy as he does.
Yeah, that's absolutely true.
The thing about looking through Highway's old posts is you have to look through like 3 different accounts, some of which have been like deleted completely.
Highway to the embarrassment zone. Top Gun reference, Scraps.
Yeah, no, I know that one. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was well within Scrap's wheelhouse.
They're trying to make a second Top Gun, actually, but
Tom Cruise thinks it's against his religion.
I think it's a porno about penises.
A porno about penises. Wow. And speaking of penises, Slush said that he was against the soap opera and random bannings.
Which is kind of ironic because he did make a topic indicating whether or not he wants to ban a certain forum member. Which forum member was that again?
I have no memory of this.
Was that Coupal?
Oh, yeah. In the secret sub-forum. No, there was another...
Yes, in the secret mod forum. Was that Heil who made the thread?
Yeah, Heil made a post in 2007 about whether or not we should vote to get someone banned. I forgot who that was. So much for being...
That's great. That's such a horrible way of doing things. That kangaroo court method of justice that served Britain so well in the Middle Ages is being brought to the Donkey Kong fandom. Thank you, Slush.
And at least in real life, people like have a reason to be competent and care. Here, you're just asking a bunch of fucking nerds what they think is best. Like, there's no justice in that.
Should we make this complete stranger really depressed and make him feel really humiliated, or not? I think we should. Fair enough.
Really alienated and outcast. I bet we voted to kick him out, too. I bet that's how that ended.
It usually does. And that's why Kartzi would have been a bit nervous to be posting on the forum, which is what she said in that thread.
Yeah, I imagine we probably scared off a lot of new posters back in the day.
Good.
Especially ladies, because I think, they probably did want to talk about Donkey Kong, and instead they were met with this festering sausage fest with mayonnaise just fucking flying everywhere and just thrashing against each other, in the water, and just like, it was like a chaotic schmozzle, pretty much,
Yeah, exactly. Exactly what I was thinking.
And for a vagina, right, that they just want to float in the sky and be happy. And that's not what happens when you have a sausage fest just banging against each other with mayonnaise being flung to everyone's faces. So, yeah. I hope you don't listen to this, Kartzi.
I don't think she will.
We love you, Kathy. I don't think Katzy even listens to the conversation.
So it's fine.
So, what's the Goon Squad, by the way?
Right, the Goon Squad was terminology I coined in 2007 towards a group of about 4 people who took the forum incredibly seriously to an amusing degree, and rather than be mature about it and think, alright, I will respect the way they view the world, I would be a mischievous cunt and rile them up by picking the opposite opinion on any issue, no matter how offensive.
And who were the members of the Goon Squad, Jim?
Yes, will you name these 4?
What I remember, and I think I'm right, because I was there, was Sean, Chiphead, Carla, and Bendelin. And in fairness, they had terrible opinions on everything. Literally everything.
That's an interesting team, isn't it?
It's not that interesting a team, mate. I mean, to be honest.
Well, you wouldn't expect Bendelin and David to be in the same sort of clique,
Well, Bendelin and Sean were friends going back a long ways. And, of course, David and Carla were both we're both friends and on the administration staff.
I got banned from the forum for implying that David masturbated whilst thinking of Carla.
I remember that. And then Chad came back and was like, guys, Carla is a female. These jokes are gonna happen. I've unbanned Jim, and I hope nobody goes over my head.
But no, the thing is, it's got nothing to do with the fact that she's a female, is it? Because it's like, Scraps says that he wanks over everyone. Like, Scraps' every second post is him indicating that he's thinking of someone and imagining violating them with his penis. And he never gets banned for it. But if you do it with someone who happens to be a female, then it's wrong. I think that's sexism. I think, if anything, I'm the least sexist poster by indicating what I said.
Well said, Jim.
Damn right.
Well said, Jim.
So, speaking of,
Nice!
Yeah, do the fucking segue. Do the fucking segue, Saf.
That's not even a segue, because that's not even moving. That's a stationary...
well, this is why I leave it to Scraps. Because I just fucking drop it. I just lift it and drop it.
I was gonna say that Master DS made some wrestling links, but couldn't be bothered talking about him at the moment.
You know, I wanted to ask why you wanted us to go along with the wrestling motif, and you didn't want us to talk about which soap opera stars we would be.
Oh, yes. Yes.
You want to talk about some sexism? Like, why would we talk about what wrestlers we were?
Yeah, okay. So if I was a wrestler, because Master DS brought in the topic about Benderlin being Hulk Hogan and then later The Undertaker, and Slush is The Rock, and Chaos Heart is Brock Lesnar for defeating Benderlin, who was The Undertaker.
Brock Lesnar.
So, and Milo reckons that actually Chad is The Rock and Heil is Mick Foley. Now, I don't know anything about wrestling, so let's just ignore that topic and talk about who do we think we are in terms of the wrestling world.
Well, why did you write it then? Why did you write it if you had nothing to say?
Why did you just waste, 2 minutes reading that out?
Yeah, that went nowhere. That went nowhere.
Yeah, no, it's going somewhere.
I don't believe you.
I want to say, which wrestler do we think we are? And I remember as a little lad, you know, I remember Mankind, and what he would do is he would get a sock, like a dirty sock from his fucking, from his ass.
There's a wrestler named Mankind.
Mankind, yeah. I think he was called Mankind at least.
Yeah, Mankind is fucking Mick Foley.
Oh, is it Mick Foley?
Yes, how the fuck do you know?
Damn, Scraps, you really don't know anything about wrestling.
Mick Foley had several personas, one of which was Mankind. Yeah, he had the fucking sock on his hand.
Yeah. I want to be that persona. If I'm a wrestler, I like to think I shove my sock.
Well, no, because you can't pick the wrestler that someone else already is in this fucking list of people which you just meticulously said.
Seriously.
Hey, I'm a man of graphs, alright? I make fact. So, Saf, you reckon you're the Shockmaster?
Ah, yes, the Shockmaster, who, if you're not familiar, you should totally Google that. It was this one-off shitty fucking wrestling character who was supposed to enter through a fucking hole in the wall, but somebody, to sabotage him, nailed a 2-inch piece of wood, and he fucking trips. And all the fucking wrestlers, break character. It's so fucking funny.
Shit. And what about Jim? What wrestling figure do you reckon you are?
Yes, what wrestling figure are you?
My favourite figure in the history of professional wrestling is David Arquette.
Aha.
David Arquette, if you don't know, was a young star who came on to plug his latest movie on WCW, and they let him win the fucking main title.
They let him win?
And that lives on as one of the most controversial moments in professional wrestling history. Because it was a moment that the writers, I don't want to spoil it for you, but obviously it's not real.
What? You're saying wrestling isn't real?
No, it's not real. It's completely fictional. It's like the Holocaust. Completely invented. A team of writers are behind it.
But come on, you can't give the fucking title to David Arquette. That just,
They did. Did you not know this?
I was not aware David Arquette was at one time a title holder. That's unbelievable.
Yeah, he was in the Scream trilogy, the Scream quadrilogy now. Yeah. That guy, he was the WCW champion. Look it up on Wikipedia, or a place with facts on it. But yeah, I am right.
A place with facts. Probably IMDb.
So, you know what else is weird in the wrestling world? How they do like double acts and all that. And I've got my quote of the day, and that is something that was said by Rourke. And he said, "Didn't there used to be someone around here who had a fetish for conjoined twins? Or did I dream that?"
Did he dream that?
What you've got to think then is which is worse between there actually being someone who did that or him having dreamt that a group of strangers he knows online, one of them likes fucking conjoined twins.
You know, I gotta be honest, I have dreamed about posting on this forum before.
I haven't, that's weird.
Really?
On many, many occasions. It's kind of bad. And they're never like interesting dreams, it would just be something random I'd do.
I once dreamt that I took a train to the shops.
So did you have a favourite quote of the day, Saf?
My favorite quote was one from Tribe, from Mr. J.R. Stone, posted 20 July 2007 in the Bitch Wars 2007 thread. It's a quote I feel like really encapsulates the DK Vine experience. He goes, "Yeah, well, we're not all friends here, despite what you may think about this forum. Everyone hates each other, so when someone calls you a retard, they mean it. And the ones that are friends form gangs with one another, like the Crips and the Bloods. Nobody's good, per se, but they're all pretty much evil fuckers."
That just about sums it up, doesn't it?
It really does. What else needs to be said? That it's just the perfect kernel of just everything that we were in 2007.
That's right. And we were pretty discussing back then. We had things like the Vor thread, Barmo's penis obsession, as well as the spectre of Bendelin. And
Yeah, we had a lot going on back then.
the thing is, people would easily get banned for penis and vulgar topics and jokes, such as the Vor thread. And a classic example is Barno getting banned for too much talking about exotic animal penises. But the thing is that you also had the contrast where you had people like Bendelin, who was the king of drama, bullied a lot of people, and as Jim says in the thread, Bendelin harassed everyone, and they felt vindicated when they found pictures of him wearing women's clothing.
Yeah, I feel like that Encyclopedia Dramatica page vindicated a lot of people.
This is the most ridiculous community of people.
It really is. We're fucked up. We really are.
Yeah, so we had that contrast where you got banned easily for fucking nothing, and then people that should have been banned a long time ago.
You know, it was mostly politics because, you know, Bendelin, look who else he was in the clique with fucking David, who ran the site.
Exactly. Bendelin should have been Bandolin.
Bandolin, yes. Bandolin and Aussie Ban.
Oh yeah. Yeah, all the Bens are twats. You hear me, Aussie Ben and Bendelin?
And Banmo.
Ban all the Bens.
And the thing is that now we had our modern day Bendelin with Chaos Heart. And I'd say once Bendelin relinquished that throne.
He didn't relinquish anything. He was forced out.
Yeah, he was forcibly cast out, and then
He was humiliated in front of everyone. That's not relinquishing anything. Poland didn't relinquish themselves to Germany. They were taken over by force.
Yeah, that's ironic because I am Polish, so I've heard that joke so many times. They took us over in 7 days while we were on horseback, yeah. And when I say horseback, we were busy fucking the horses, you know what I mean? Yeah.
yeah, I mean they blitzed you. You didn't have time to pull out. They literally caught you with your pants down.
Yeah. The Germans were doing blitzkrieg and we were doing our own blitzkrieg as well. Yeah, so Bendelin, he was this crazy dictator, terrorist lad.
Terrorists.
But then...
That wasn't Bendelin either. That was Chaos Heart that people were calling a terrorist.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to segue. I'm getting a bit confused. And then Jeff compares Chaos Heart to a terrorist when he forcibly booted Bendelin out of the forums.
I remember when all those and this is actually the Bitch War 2011 thread I linked to, when all those revolutions were going down in the Middle East, the Arab Spring of 2011, I made a sympathy protest thread where I complained about Chaos Heart. And, at first everyone joined in the jokes, but then, somebody, I think it might have been Carlo, was like, okay, but seriously, we do need to talk about Chaos Heart here. And then it went on for like pages and pages.
I don't remember. Sorry.
Did we just kill his story? That's great. We just murdered it.
You could have made some kind of innuendo, but no, you're just gonna let it die. You're just gonna discourage me.
I'm sure Steve Irwin felt some chaos in his heart when the stingray stabbed him there. Sorry. And you know what? I actually sent some tweets to Bendelin on 28 March 2014, saying
214. Fucking hell. Time machine.
214. Took a time machine back to the Middle Ages.
Fuck off, you guys. And
hey, Bendelin, how's Anglo-Saxon England?
Nice callback. I don't remember if that was like in the record or before.
the audience won't get that reference.
It's a joke with a literal audience of just us.
Anyway, so I sent a tweet to Bendelin and I said, you should come back to the DK Vine, I wanted to stir some shit up, like, indirectly stir shit up. And I said, and he said, nah, never coming back. And I said, what? Is it because of Chaos Heart? He's calmed down. And Bendelin denied knowing who Chaos Heart ever was.
What kind of Joseph Stalin bullshit is that? Like, he just erased him from history. You can't erase your past, Bendelin.
Yeah. That's right.
That's the one part of his past he's willing to try to scrub.
I think in a way, it's like as if Chaos Heart sent him photos of himself in women's underwear and clothing as well. So perhaps...
Well, underwear is clothing. I don't know why you made a separate thing there.
I'm just sort of going off the wing here, and sometimes I say things that don't make sense. Like, I've got 12 dicks and 13 cunts. Actually, that made sense.
Well, that did make sense.
Yeah, it made perfect sense. What are you talking about?
So then Jim goes on, and he makes an interesting comment in the first page of the thread, indicating...
Jim did make an interesting comment.
I don't believe that for a second.
And he refers to a post-Scraps world. What do you mean by that, Jim?
Yes, what do you mean by that, Jim?
When I referred to a post-Scrap 69 world, I didn't imply that you were no longer around and that you were deceased. I meant in the way that one would describe, a post-industrial world, really, where you appearing seems to make everyone slightly less prudish. So people get less in trouble now for making posts about things like sexual violence, violent sexuality, and things like that, which are now alright.
It's really great when your art has an effect on the community around you.
I like rubbing my genitals on the forum and on Hyle's face. Hyle.
Kyle doesn't like meat.
Well, give him your nuts then.
Well, I'm giving him some dairy, baby. I'm giving him some dairy. I hope he's not vegan.
Oh, I'm sure he'd love being vegan. There's a lot of little rules to memorize and debate.
Don't eat meat. Don't eat things with meat in it.
Yeah.
Don't eat things that meat things will have touched.
But you know what? I imagine being a vegan would be hard, especially if you're blowing a bloke and you're like, well, this bloke is a piece of meat, so I can't eat his sperm. And what do you call it when you eat a dead person? Not necrophilia. Is it vor? It's vor, isn't it? Yeah, so literally...
It would be necrovore.
Coprophilia. Well, vor can be living, too.
I imagine having a vor fetish would be difficult when you're a vegan.
And as far as I understand it, Chaos Heart doesn't actually want to be eaten. He kind of just wants to be swallowed and, dissolved in a stomach. So that distinction is very necessary.
Now, the main thing from this thread, we took fucking 1 hour to get here, is that there are big reveals in the forum.
Oh yeah, there were some major fucking plot twists.
And not just those pictures that you sent me in PM.
Oi, don't talk about the pictures of me having 13 penises and 12 cunts, alright?
Alright, I think they switched number.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they did. God, memorize your own continuity, Scraps.
So, Nick V, who is a member on the DK Vine forum.
You know, a member who, I'd noticed around, but he never really got involved, especially in the off-topic forums. It was usually just, making little throwaway posts here or there in Cameo Games or Donkey Kong. It's weird when you look at people's posting history, when you look at their profiles, it's always most active subforum, completely relevant with like 85% of posts.
Well, yeah, that's because there's more real-world news than there is DKU Star Fox news.
DKU Star Fox.
Really, I don't think you could have a program on 10 o'clock every night devoted to DKU Star Fox news. I think.
That's actually quite clever. Star Fox News.
No, DKU Star Fox news. You couldn't just have Star Fox news.
Yeah, that would be ridiculous. Nobody follows Star Fox in its entirety.
I played Star Fox Adventures again for the first time in a few years last week, and it's pretty bollocks, isn't it?
Yeah, it rather is. It's pretty bad.
They should just put a sign on the front of the case saying, just play Zelda instead.
Really? That's probably one of the few games that really touched me, the ending. When the saxophone starts playing and it indicates that Fox is about to bang Crystal, I felt a bit sad,
Yeah, when you're about to fight General Scales and then it becomes something completely different. That was a really moving experience.
Yeah, I had some feelings at that point. Ugh.
It'd be like if at the end of Star Wars, like Luke's about to fight Vader, and then it's like, here's someone completely different, here's James Avery, and then it's just, that's the end of the game. It wouldn't be as good.
The thing is, the combat was just so fucking tedious, It just wasn't...
Remember when you picked up an item, it'd go...
Yeah, every fucking time. And then that tiny fucking text would scroll across.
It was probably the worst game ever made, if not the worst piece of art ever produced by mankind. Not Mankind the wrestler, I mean the species.
Oh yeah, Mankind the wrestling persona.
I feel like as if we're discussing two separate games, because I had really fond memories of that, of Star Fox Adventures, so...
I've got fond memories of it, but I've also got fond memories of taking shits in the street. Doesn't make it right, does it?
No, but like, Crystal added a big thing to the furry community, Like, I've gone on Rule 34 and looked at Crystal, so...
Yeah, but the thing is, she's so overtly sexualised within the game itself that she rids that element of mystique. If anything, I'd rather see furry, pornographic, erotic drawings of characters that aren't so sexualised.
I think Crystal kind of ruined the furry community in that respect.
I'd rather fuck General Peppy in the ear.
I want to see more naked pictures of Wario and Waluigi having sex with each other.
I want to see more semi-erotic videos of PD Piranha and Waluigi.
So, DK, Nick V outs himself on April 15, 2014.
I'm here, I'm queer.
Yeah, he comes out of the closet, guys.
Big surprise. First gay on DK Vine.
I'm the only guy in the village. That's a Little Britain reference for you Yanks out there.
Yeah, but Little Britain is a terrible show, so I'm not going to laugh at a protest.
Hey, Jim. The computer says no. Okay. So, Chaos Heart...
Awkward.
Yeah. The reactions are Chaos Heart thinks that he won't get banned for outing himself. Slush confirms that. And Highway says, yeah, we like you. For a big reveal, it's pretty... People didn't seem to care as much as when Saf outed himself as being Helios.
I felt like the DKRDS thing was pretty big because he was a very memorable poster. He didn't really...
Was he? I genuinely never recognised him as a person.
The only way he was recognizable was that he didn't try with his grammar, and he would get really fucking pissed off about it when people would call him on it. But he was obviously trying very hard, so, like, he'd be the kind of person we take in today. He's kind of like Beetle King in that respect, if you remember him from the Tropical Freeze thread. But, who the fuck was I talking about? DKRDS! Yeah, I mean, I don't remember any of his positions or any events with him, but yeah, he was a memorable poster.
Any of his positions when he outed himself.
I like the positions I got in with him. I mean, there was the doggy style and the tit fuck. It was good, you know, like he got implants for me, so I like those positions.
But man, was I glad to get that whole fucking Helios thing not hanging over my head anymore.
Right, so let's get the chronology straight then. How long had you been pretending to be Helios?
I joined as Helios shortly after Tropical Freeze was announced. I just couldn't...
Because you sent me a private message
I sent everybody a private message.
saying, like, essentially, "Hi mate, I'm new. Please approve of me. Please like me. Please." That was essentially the gist of it.
You know, people responded well to that.
And actually, if you were speaking to Matt, he actually wrote an extra special message to Matt, Waddle DDD, saying that he reckons that Matt's the funniest guy in the forum. Well...
Yeah, Matt didn't just get the regular form letter I send out to everybody else.
Yeah. And you sent him a picture of your cock, too.
Well, in a way, it's flattery, but in a way, you know, you're wasting his time. You're wasting everyone's time.
I'm completely wasting his time. He got no value whatsoever from reading that. Why would you fucking care?
So anyways, you reveal yourself on April 15, 2014 at 11 p.m., which is about 1 hour... after Nick V reveals himself. And there are some pretty big reactions. Heil, he changes your title from Cousin of Squitter, which I never got, by the way, to the Sun God.
Hang on, I never got that either. Can we just backtrack? Why are you called Cousin of Squitter?
Oh, well, when I first registered on DK Vine back in, I believe it was June of 2001, I decided that I needed a character gimmick to, fit in with this.
To seem cool.
Yeah, to seem really cool. So I decided I would be Saf, Cousin of Squitter, Lord of the Spiders on Crocodile Island.
I don't get it.
Yeah, I had this elaborate fan fiction.
I genuinely don't get it. So, like, if someone was to join saying, "Hi, I'm Jacob, nephew of Lanky." Like, why, how is that a thing?
I don't know what the hell I was, like, it was such a bad idea, and I think I might have kept up with it for 2 weeks.
So it's like, I'm not one of those characters in the game, but I'm distantly related to one of them. I don't understand.
I thought that was such a cool angle. I was like 12 years old. I thought it was a lot more legit. Like, I couldn't just roll up here and be Squitter, That would be dumb. That would be a thing a dumb person would do.
Well, now you know what we think about that decision.
Yeah. Well, thank God I won't get any more questions about it now that it's been buried again.
So then Heil changed your title to the Sun God, formerly known as Helios, which is equally shit, in my opinion.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, it's so fucking bulky. I think that block of text is bigger than my avatar.
The thing about this that really puzzles me, mate, is that you were banned, which is the ultimate rejection from the community. It's the ultimate, we don't want you, we don't like you being you, get out. And instead of you going, fine, alright, you don't want me, you ain't having me, you were like, okay, I will change myself completely to fit in with you guys and pretend to be someone else for the better part of a year. Which to me insinuates a significantly low amount of self-esteem on your behalf.
Jesus Christ, Jim. I invite you on my show, and you turn it around and fucking psychoanalyze my fucking spoofing as Helios.
Because, like, when I was banned, I was just like, yeah, fuck you guys, I'm not posting. Whereas when you're banned, you're like, you know what, it's fine, you guys are right. I'm going to pretend to be Helios, who's not Cousin of Squitter, not nephew of Lanky, not brother of Banjo. Not civil partner of Cedric.
I figured banning is the ultimate rejection, but I feel like it wasn't a banning that the entire fucking forum was behind, you know? I feel like there were maybe one or two people, and I won't name names, but,
Basically, Saf, the forum said no, and yet you still pushed yourself against it. You essentially raped us.
And I think it worked out for the forum. I think it was a very productive rape.
Productive.
You know what it seems like? He's put on a cardboard hat on and put a different face on it and be like, hey.
Yeah, put the face of Bizarre Bear.
And fuck someone else's wife that divorced him. Fucked his own wife, but she divorced him and it's like, oh, surprise, it's me. I've been fucking you all this time. Yeah, okay, sorry about that.
And the cat walks out. Mm-hmm.
Awkward.
I'm deliberately not saying anything as to make it more awkward.
Yeah, I know.
It's great.
So Hyle says that, Sean says, bullshit, really? I never caught on to that at all. And Hyle was a bit bummed that Helios wasn't a real guy, and he felt kind of left out that the Helios thing was a deception and Hyle didn't know. Well, considering you were a fucking moderator, you could have unbanned Saf. But anyways, Rourke...
No, he had to work behind the scenes real hard for that one.
Yeah, real hard on that.
He had to spread some classic Hyle bile.
Yeah! I bet he's like a big fucking taskmaster in the mod forums.
You know, all it would have taken is a forum member to have pressed unban, then Saf writing some legitimate posts and sounding really good, and he would have been unbanned. That would have been a year ago. So I don't know about how hard Hyle worked to do that.
I think he's exaggerating how hard he worked. I doubt he was like a child in a fucking factory being worked 13 hours a day for $1.
He should have fucking ground his soul out to get me back, goddammit. Should have fucking bled and sweat and came everywhere. Should have been on his fucking knees day and night.
He should have been sucking cock
Yeah,
in the alleys in Bosnia to free you.
to free me from my unjust banning. So I wouldn't have to pretend to be Helios, the good-natured newbie.
But the thing is, like, he's in charge, so why would he have to fight I don't understand. I don't believe him. I'll call him bullshit.
Well, I guess we know who wears the pants in that duo ship.
So it just means that Chad's the bear and Hyle's the twink.
Yeah, that's how it is. I think we've all been thinking it, but now it's been said.
Chad puts his authoritarian bear hairy penis and, anything Hyle says, he's like, shut up, bitch! Fucking shut up! Saf's bad! Fucking shut up! Yeah. So, the biggest reveal of them all, aside from Chad's penis, is
This was fucking earth-shaking.
DK Spartacus. He outs himself as Barmo on April 16 in the confession thread, where he talks about Mrs. Doubtfire for some fucking reason.
Yeah, the weirdest thing for me was the fact that he'd found serious existential answers in Mrs. Doubtfire. I mean, one could only guess at which revelations he encountered upon seeing The Nutty Professor 2, The Clumps, perhaps the pinnacle of the A-list celebrity wearing women's clothes genre.
I have no idea what to say about that. But I think this was the biggest reveal of them all because Jeeves says that he's left in a state of shock and Waddle makes the comment, or Matt, he says the comment that everyone is the same bloke juggling 50 accounts. and it's pretty much the fact that perhaps everyone, and I think this is a general mood, perhaps everyone that's new around here is actually someone that's been banned or may have forgotten their password and, is just returning to the forum as as themselves.
This is true. I mean, I've always thought that Saf was Lanky David.
Yeah, that's followed me for quite a while now.
I still believe it. I can't think of anyone else, unless it is just David, and he's just flaunting it.
No, he's a real dude. He's a real dude who existed out there. He had to have been.
What do you mean he had to have been?
He had to have been, because I fucking...
You're a proven liar. I'm not gonna believe you.
I'm a proven liar.
You are.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah, no, Jim's right. You are a fucking liar.
Reggie always knew the truth. Reggie was my silver bullet. If I ever went rogue, Reggie was to reveal that and get Helios banned.
Oh, okay.
He kept me in line.
Oh, well, no one's keeping you in line now, especially now that you're back and you've got the Forum Watch to reveal all your opinions.
Oh yeah, I got this prestigious Forum Watch podcasting position.
I really want you to get banned and yet continue doing this. I think that would be the most wonderfully awkward situation possible.
He'll be so bitter, I think. You know, he's like,
Saf, you are the fucking Perez Hilton of the DKU community.
that's right.
Jesus Christ.
We've seen your sex videos too, Saf, so we've got that on you.
That weird night vision.
Any hole's a goal.
And there's one more massive reveal, and that is Master DS reveals that he was Dr. Bloomin on April 16, 2014. Thing is, nobody gives a shit, so moving on. Who's our member of the week?
Our member of the week is Nick V, who uses the Yoshi avatar. He joined in 14 June 2012 and currently has 383 posts.
Are they good?
They're, pretty decent and fair to middling.
They're alright.
Yeah, that's right. But then he has actually been in the forum for longer. The reason why he is the member of the week is because he started the chain reaction, that is, everyone revealing who they are. So
a chain reaction that did not extend to Heil finally admitting that he is our friend.
yeah. Fucking just reveal that already.
Heil's not our friend.
No, yeah. Heil's not. It's not proven, guys.
And you can come to that consensus because people told you about it, Saf, didn't they? That Heil is our friend. But he still refuses to say that that's who he is.
Well, we actually stalked the forums for back during the Brawl thread and determined that Heil was the only one online when our friends' articles went up.
That's right.
I just think that, they have the exact same writing style. That's it. I don't think we need to really do anything else, but that's just me.
Oh, come on. Heil could easily change his writing style. He's a very versatile writer.
It's true, he's the master of disguise, like that classic 2000s comedy of the same name.
Master of Disguise with Dana Carvey.
A masterpiece of cinema, if ever there was one.
Let's talk about more references that I don't get.
God, Scraps, get some culture. Go watch Master of Disguise.
Go watch Master of Disguise, and then WWE Raw.
Let's talk about Pink Panther. Oh, everyone knows Pink Panther.
Yeah, that's the greatest Steve Martin film of all time.
Oh, yeah. I love the cartoons.
Goodness. So, anyways, Nick V, his alternative profile, which got banned, was DKRDS.
Why was DKRDS banned again?
Now, you see, nobody was able to remember in the forum itself, and I don't think...
Well, couldn't you just go on DKRDS's profile and check his last post and see if it's really offensive?
His last posts are right before the forum fire in early 2008, and I'm pretty sure that's when he got banned. Because nothing in his latest posts were... So yes, there's your very technical answer.
I find this incredibly suspicious.
Oh yeah, everything from January 17th to the middle of June are just gone. Just fucking burnt out.
So he must have been banned talking about Brawl or something. I mean, that's a good deduction we can make.
It's a potential deduction.
Fair enough.
Certainly the kind of thing people were getting pissy about.
I sent him a private message asking him why he got banned, but Nick V didn't respond, so... What a twat.
Probably trying to keep a low profile.
What a twat. Yeah, and you've nominated him as Member of the Week.
Yeah.
A guy who can't even fucking be bothered to message you back, let alone listen to fucking probably over an hour of footage. Why have you forgiven him? Why?
Yeah, fuck this guy. He could suck my dick.
Speaking of fucking some guys, Jim, I want to fuck you. And I think we should finish this cast and, burn each other with prosthetic penises around the world.
Why not? Okay, that seems like a perfectly reasonable suggestion.
Yep, that's a good idea.
This has been produced by
STD.
and
Seth!